my bad. Just want to make sure this is working. Make sure y'all can hear my live stream, you hear my commentary, you can hear my walkthrough. Want to make sure this is working here. Hold on a second. Hold on. Try to see if this is working or not. It says it's on, so I assume this is working. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do my testing here. Oh, so it is working. Okay. So that means if this is live, then y'all can hear me. So I welcome to my YouTube channel, my live stream. I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. This is Jacob Cast 2024. We're going to do Monday Night Raw review. We are going to talk about what happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, November 3rd, 2025. Now this is the fallout from Saturday Night Main Event that was on Saturday. Now, as you guys know, CM Punk is the new world champion. Jade Cargill, the new women's champion. Now, CM Punk is WWE champion for the first time in 12 years. CM Punk era begins. The WWE disappointed in ticket sales. John Cena tournament matches were announced. I think the War Games is clearly set. Yeah, so I think the War Games is clearly set. Now, there were some matches on here. Obviously, there were more than 3 matches. These were the matches. There's more matches, by the way, but I don't have certain characters on here. So, the Kabuki Warriors won. They beat Bayley and Lyra. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee retained the titles. I think this match ended in a DQ. It might end in a DQ or a no contest. Yeah, so what happened tonight on Monday Night Raw? Now, obviously, the show opened up with CM Punk. He celebrated. Logan Paul, CM Punk brought up some of the names like AJ Styles, Sheamus, and certain superstars, Uso. And then Logan Paul came out. Clearly, they're setting up Logan Paul and CM Punk, or Logan Paul going to be in the War Games. Now, the show opened up with Logan Paul and CM Punk had to face-to-face. They exchanged words. Then we saw the Vision, if you want to call him the Vision, Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They came out. They brawled with Punk. Then Logan Paul got involved. They brawled with him. We did get Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer. Penta defeated Grande Americano to earn a big win in Grande Americano. Rey Mysterio made a return after all these months. He was out since April. He couldn't wrestle WrestleMania because he was hurt. He was out all these months. He had a very good face-to-face, very good brawl with his son Dominic. They could be setting up Rey and Dominic for Survivor Series. Or they could be setting up Sheamus, we just don't know. But based on this interaction, it could be Rey and Dominic. We had Becky Lynch. She tossed some trash to Masoon Dupree. They're still continuing that feud. And then we know that Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, they came out and went after the Kabuki Warriors. So they already advertised it next week. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will defend the women's tag team title against the Kabuki Warriors next week. we will get Stephanie Valkyria defending her Women's World Championship against Raquel Rodriguez next week. And we know next week John Cena gonna be on the show. Final time in Boston, Massachusetts. And we will get the first round of the tournament, 16 tournament. Last time is now to see who's gonna face John Cena at Survivor Series. So we will get Sheamus versus Nakamura in round 1, Damian Priest versus Rusev, and then we'll see who's gonna advance. Okay. The new champ prepared to enter War Games. It looks like we will get War Games. Like I can already tell. Logan Paul. Because after the main event was over, I know some people say Logan Paul turned face. No, he's still heel. He may join the division to join War Games. So I think we are gonna get CM Punk in War Games. I don't think we're gonna get the MFTs and Wyatt Sith. I think they're setting up War Games. But who's gonna join CM Punk? Probably the Usos. Roman Reigns again. Alright, I actually want to show y'all some of the podcasters. JD from New York, Fightful Pro Wrestling, some out to Sound Off. Well, you got to hear their review.
$2 super chat. Thank you, Building Nexus says, what do you think John Cena does at Survivor Series if not Dominic? Well, one would think it would be War Games. It's the one thing John Cena hasn't done other than win the IC title. He's never been in a War Games match. You could have Cena, Roman Reigns, LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk. Maybe Jimmy's in there, but that would be a loaded team. And if Brock Lesnar ends up on the Vision team, that would be a star-studded War Games match. But nothing.
Superior.
Back when Dom won the Mega Championship, and I figured it'd be for the Mega Championship, given that would be, that's, the Luchador title kind of.
Maybe they'll do both. Have 2 War Games matches and 2 Dom Mysterio matches.
The way...
Well, Dominic is getting over. He was over at Saturday's main event. He's been over for the past few months. Dominic was cheered. He's mega over. Fans are getting behind Dominic. I think they will set up this match with Rey Mysterio at Survivor Series. I think they're building to that. If not, they're going to get Sheamus, but based on the competition that they had here.
I'd be down for that. The way, I think the people would too. Do you think that's a concern at all? Eventually they came back around to, Ray's side of things.
Alright, let's go on the Fightful.
Streamline your essential workflows. Like lunch.
Let's see what Sean WhatsApp had to say about this.
On SmackDown.
Actually, Sean WhatsApp is not doing the podcast, someone else.
And you know what? Maybe you're wondering who else can be a part of this. John Cena, of course, alluded to people from outside of...
Maybe. I see a vision. I see a vision. Survivor Series is in the distance. War Games is being constructed. And Logan Paul has aligned himself with Paul Heyman and the Bronze.
That's the part about this I don't like. I would like to see a full bracket of where the matches are, who's in what section of the bracket. Instead, they're doing this in piecemeal. And so we have 2 matches that have been announced now. The tournament will officially kick off next Monday. And the 2 matches that we are going to get are Rusev, who of course has history with John Cena. They wrestled at WrestleMania 31. Taking on Damian Priest, who has no history with John Cena. And the other match is going to be Sheamus, who won his very first WWE Championship from John Cena. He is going to be taking...
When everyone's talking about the episode you haven't seen yet...
Executive suite level, whatever the fuck, they literally bring you drinks. You order drinks, they bring them to you. I don't do that right, do I?
approved, you'll receive your prescription with so funny. Really tries it. I think every now and then we get some ha-ha moments from both of these guys, but that was the big thing that I had said, is that we have kind of struggled with seeing Braun Breaker's personality, and he's supposed to be, the big one that blows up. Like, he's the one that we're going to be expecting to be main eventing WrestleMania, so he's going to have that kind of appeal, and until he gets that, it's taking him a little bit longer to get there. So in a way, they do kind of need another person like a Seth Rollins, like somebody who can grab that kind of attention. And love or hate Logan Paul, that dude gets under your skin, man. You love to hate him. I love to hate Logan Paul. Are you kidding me? I have a great time hating Logan Paul. And whether we like it or not, he's good at promos and he gets people mad. So it kind of works. The only thing that I worry about, though, is if he were to take over the group or be the front man, is that I do feel like I don't want it to become all about Logan Paul, right? I don't want it to be the Logan Paul fiesta, because that was the thing that I didn't like with Seth Rollins, was when Seth Rollins was the leader, it felt like his goons were Braun and Bronson, instead of all of them sort of being more as a group of friends. It didn't feel like that. It felt like they were his cronies instead of his pals. And that was kind of where I don't want to see that. I don't want this to become the Paul Heyman part. I mean, the Logan Paul party.
Yeah, and I don't think that it would. Even though Logan Paul would be the biggest personality out of the three, he doesn't have the same resume of a Seth Rollins to confidently be able to be like the leader, the de facto top guy that you build everything around. I do put Logan Paul, if he does join the Vision, on same equal footing of importance level as a Bronson Reed, as a Braun Breaker, and I think that's a fun dynamic. Just three guys that all three are at equal, eye level, all being led by the maniacal, young, loving Paul Heyman.
You want to know what's better than three guys?
What, Denise?
Five guys. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I didn't know where that was going. I was like, oh man, do I fight?
By the way. Wait, do you guys have that in Canada, by the way? Five guys?
Yeah, not that many.
Okay. We'll put them in there. It's a risk. See if they're willing to take it. We'll find out. We also got Fredo here who says, Salty Zap is the saddest iteration of Santi yet. Yeah. We got A-Ship here who says, something I noticed in the Judgment Day segment. At the end, Raquel asks where she should put the title, and Roxanne points to the Liv tribute. She's coming back soon. Well, they've definitely been amping up those interactions there with Liv and Dominic Mysterio. Also, we got a lot to talk about here in regards to Dominic, because Rey Mysterio came back today and they had a good old father and son confrontation where Rey basically said, you're disrespecting the Mysterio name, you're disrespecting luchadors everywhere, and Lucha Libre, period, for the things that you're saying, calling yourself the best and saying you're the king, etc. Now, somebody in my chat brought up, Santi, that the way that Rey Mysterio said, as long as there's a Mysterio around, I am the best Mysterio. Do you think that there's a world where we're heading into, Rey Mysterio's retirement match to be with Dominic?
So
I just say yes.
Yes. I, a couple of months ago, I said this. Rey Mysterio will retire in one of three places. Triple Mania, WrestleMania, or a big show in San Diego. We're at one of those three. We're at Survivor Series, in a stadium, Petco Park, in San Diego. We are in one of the three places where I think Rey Mysterio could realistically retire. If you're a dad, how much better can it possibly get than having your retirement match in a stadium in your hometown against your own son? I genuinely think this could be Rey Mysterio's retirement. Title versus career.
I'm so stupid. I fucking forgot Survivor Series is in San Diego.
This is why they're doing it. San Diego match. It's about as San Diego match as it gets.
No. I'm not ready yet.
The 619.
No, I'm not ready. No, Santi, I'm not ready yet.
I think you better start learning the lyrics to Kingdom. I think it's going to happen.
They have plenty of time to, their father and son and their stories have been going on for forever, right? but they have plenty of time to like get it back on the show again, like consistently. I'm sorry, I'm like, no, I'm gonna cry.
Ray, AJ,
Ray
and Cena,
retires.
just boom,
No.
boom, boom. All three of those big names
Fuck,
retire.
man. No, I'm not ready. This is sad.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like, those are like the three places, right?
No, yeah, and it might happen. It might actually happen. I'm really depressed right now, actually. Thank you, A-Ship, for the super chat, by the way. Very nice of you. Damn. All right, Larice Johnson here says, but I mean, that is the way to go, right? With your son,
Yeah.
giving him the moment. If they do like a mask versus hair thing and he takes off his mask, oh, God, the whole thing, I don't even know. Larice Johnson here says WWE is getting boring. Meanwhile, I'm having a breakdown here.
I like that episode of Raw. Way better than last week's.
The only thing I didn't like was the double count out, especially because we had gone overtime and I didn't want a count out like that. We got Infamous Raider Loco who says, love my girl Nikki, but better as a heel and it's coming. Stephanie has to, of course, come out on top. Need Alexa and Charlotte to retain and keep it going. Yeah, so we had Nikki and Stephanie kind of having that backstage segment.
Hey, what the hell?
Start your day.
Weird. You're so beautiful. You're amazing. You're the best thing that's ever happened. You're so great for this division. You're a great women's world champion. Me? I don't know. I don't know that I can be like that anymore. I don't know that I can hang with you guys anymore. No, you're amazing too. You paved the way. You're so great. Blah, blah, blah. Turn fucking heel already. That's where it's going.
Yeah, I think it's gotta happen. We got JM here who says, with Ray versus Dom likely happening, it's War Games match, Cena, Punk, Roman, Usos, the Bronze, Logan, Brock Theory. Sorry to LA Knight fans. Poor LA Knight. Cena, Punk, Roman, Usos, Bronze, Logan, Brock, Theory. I don't know about Theory. I know some people were throwing him out as a name, but I'm not too convinced yet. But I think so far that sounds pretty good, though. JM. We got Anthony Giuliano here. Says, Jey Uso might join the Vision after Paul Heyman backstage conversation. Yeah, Paul Heyman was like, kind of setting him straight a little bit, but also shining him up real nice. Telling you.
Are you turning that sumbitch sideways?
Steve Martin Fifth here says, they are called tumblers.
Oh, those like roller things. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You could be making that up and I'd believe you.
Yeah, I bought it too, so. Nishi Emmanuel here says, Dom will prove his loyalty to Liv. He is a legend. Thank you, Nishi. Yeah, I can't wait for Liv to come back. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, Santi, what is your opinion on the World Series with a lot of missed calls, bad base runner, dead ball, in the wall for the Blue Jays?
I'm dead inside. It was the worst night in sports for me ever. I've never had a team make it this far and lose. Usually my teams don't ever make it this far. I only had one team make it far and like to the big dance, and that was the Raptors in 2019, and they won. This is the first time that I had a team make it and lose, but they didn't just lose. They lost in Game 7 in the most heartbreaking way imaginable at home. I am dead inside. All right. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck everything. Fuck life. Fuck it all.
You sound like an Insane Clown Posse song. Santi's about to be like, fuck the world.
I'm a juggalo. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
I gotta make sure, because a gigolo is a male prostitute. Did you know that?
Yeah, no. I was gonna say
yeah. Yeah, gigolo is a male prostitute.
Okay, yeah, no, it's juggalos. Yeah, juggalos.
Yeah, juggalos are the ICP fans, yes.
Yeah. All right, we got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, does WWE announce War Games 2 weeks before like AEW? Also love the Saturday night's main event pick of Jade Punk. Ricky and Cody, pretty petty, but funny as fuck. Can't wait for SmackDown. See our new champ, Jade kickstart, but we know it's Tiffy. Yeah, so that picture was hilarious, by the way, because it's all these AEW people, and there's more. There's also Stephanie, who is there as is also an AEW person. There was somebody else. Who was I forgetting? There was Ethan Page, also is a champion, also AEW person. And I think that's it now.
Did you
so like
say
that
Blake?
picture could have. Oh, Blake Monroe. Yes,
Yeah.
3 people. There you go. This picture could have been bigger.
Yeah.
Honestly. Thanks, Infamous Raider Loco. We got JJ Castillo. Hey, JJ, thank you. He says, how do you both see Cena's final 3 appearances play out before his final match against the winner of the tournament? What's the plan for Cena for Survivor Series, him in War Games, or a singles match? Well, now that you put my idea, the idea in my head that he might not have a match. That's kind of in there, but I still think he might have the War Games match. It kind of feels sucky because now, because if he has a match with just anybody, right? They can be like, okay, well, that's what the prestige of the tournament is, right? Like, that's why all these guys are fighting are for a match with John Cena. But this is like, I know you can argue, okay, well, not just a match, but the last match. So you can still have him have a match with somebody else. That's still possible.
I
But
agree.
will they do it? I don't know.
I wanted it to be Dom. I don't know who it could be, right? Like anybody that, like for a singles match that I would have realistically liked is probably in this tournament. So it wouldn't make sense for them to lose the tournament and still get a match with Cena. But I think the glory is that you get last, the last match. I don't know.
Yeah,
I genuinely don't know. I think the most likely thing right now is War Games. He comes out Boston, Massachusetts, and then woo, 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 wah, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and then we get him being added and CM Punk recruiting him. Cena and Logan Paul recently had a feud, so sure, okay.
Thank you so much, JJ. Alrighty, well, the last thing that I do want to touch on really quickly, though, is Becky Lynch. She had this fiery segment, which I love, by the way, that she cut a promo just on top of the commentary table. No notice. She's in there. Bam. She's talking her shit, going off about how she's everything. The Vision ruined everything. And then she ends it with a little confrontation with Asuka. Where do we go next with Becky? Is it Asuka?
No, I think that was our tease of them teaming up for War Games.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah. I think we're gonna start moving forward on War Games. We've got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair being like regulars on Monday Night Raw. They'll probably use that they'll probably be part of the women's War Games as well. I'd be curious, like, are we gonna have Stephanie be part of this? Or is the women's War Games going to be fully focused on the women's tag titles, right? Like, because you've got potentially, like Rhea Ripley and Io Sky as a tag team. You've got the current tag team champions, Lyra and Bayley, Kabuki Warrior. Who knows? A lot of people think if AJ Lee's got to return soon if we're gonna get this ball rolling, right, for War Games. I'm still up in the air as to what the women's War Games is even going to look like. But I think that this segment here with Becky Lynch and Asuka was War Games related.
Okay, see, I didn't think about it that way. I actually thought there was going to be more of like a one-on-one situation. But I mean, there wasn't like any clear indication that they like hate each other. They kind of just seemed like, okay, we're both heels, we're both seeing eye to eye. So that might just be it. And then Asuka and Kyrie versus Bayley and Lyra is pretty alright today. So
Agent in my chat says that AJ Lee's book tour is in New York right before Raw.
Oh, so then maybe she'll be there?
Potentially.
Also, by the way, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee had a fantastic rematch with Finn Balor and JD McDonough. That's definitely worth noting.
Yeah, heater of a match. We need more of the Raw tag team division. Like, if we're gonna keep getting these styles of
who's
matches.
The tag team division? I don't even know.
Well, I mean, you gotta build it, right? You gotta build it. You bring back the Creeds. It wouldn't be exciting from a storyline perspective, but you wouldn't get excited from the in-ring work that AJ Styles and Dragon Lee would do against Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. They would literally burn the building with how good that match would be. Storyline, who cares, right? There wouldn't be anything, but the match would be incredible. That's all we're asking for here. Like, let these great tag teams have an opportunity, and you have two champions that people are excited about that will have a great match against a wet rag.
No, I agree. It is one of those things where right now AJ Styles is having fun. He's clearly, we already know he's at the end of his career. Hate saying it. But he's just having fun. He looks like he's having a great time out there. So just have these matches that you probably never thought he'd have. And there you go. Do it. Like them, you mentioned Brutus and Julius. That's another one. I don't even know what's going on with them at this point. But yeah, New Day, they would have a kick-ass match too. Like, there's the potential for great matches there. Alrighty, guys, so there you have it. That was WWE Raw today for November 3rd. And Santi, the next time we see you, you gotta have your I Love LA.
Feed the whole crew with 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each from Domino's.
Never served Dom pinned Ray at a tag match, but I don't think he's defeated him in a one-on-one bout yet.
Has Ray won all those?
I think you're probably right.
Keep my dad's name out of your mouth, but
Record the
I'm
song
not
out
even
there.
kidding when I say this mug changed my entire.
What's your song out there?
Decide on the first two matches that will be taking about on the sound that this ended. Is to see what kind of War Games build we would get tonight. That and the John Cena stuff. So imagine my surprise when I'm watching the beginning of the show tonight, the opening segment, and I see Logan Paul is back. Remember him? We haven't seen him in a while. So Logan Paul was there, and it was an opening segment that ended with him coming out to confront CM Punk, but ended with him taking a tsunami splash. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking they can't possibly be thinking of turning this man babyface again. He was a babyface initially, if you remember, when he came into the company. But he's just a natural-born heel. And even though he wrestles most of his matches like a babyface, a lot of the offense and the moves he does. But I'm like, this is a terrible idea. They can't possibly be thinking about doing it, which leaves only one other possibility. Sure enough, we saw that play out in the main event because CM Punk and Jey Uso were tag team partners tonight. They were opponents on Saturday. They were partners tonight in the main event against The Vision. What else is new? Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in another main event. That gave us no winner, but it did give us Logan Paul coming back out, seemingly to assist CM Punk. But of course, if you watch wrestling for more than 5 minutes, you know exactly how this ended. And it ended with Logan Paul knocking CM Punk the fuck out with a pair of brass knucks. It ended with Logan Paul handing the knucks over to Paul Heyman, smiling and throwing his arms open as if he was about to share a big embrace with the Vision, except it never came and they just were waiting around until they went off the air. But obviously the Vision now has another man on their side for War Games. Nothing was said about War Games tonight. They're still making us wait to see really what any of the matches are going to be for Survivor Series. Nothing, I mean, certain things have been hinted at. Nothing was made concrete at all as far as the PLE is concerned. But you can see where Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul are going to be on one side of the coin in War Games, and then CM Punk will likely be leading his own team on the babyface side. And Logan Paul joining the Vision. Look, I did not read any of this as Logan Paul joining the Vision, right? Logan Paul is going to join the Vision for Survivor Series, and then Logan Paul is going to go away again. I don't want to see anybody joining the Vision, like actually joining this group, unless they are full-time. They do not need any part-time performers as part of this group. So that's not what I see this as. He'll join with them for a few weeks. That'll take us to San Diego, and then however things work out there, they will go their separate ways. I really don't think it's anything more than that. Rey Mysterio was also back on the show tonight. Logan was not the only one. Rey's been out most of the year. He got hurt right before, as in like the night before WrestleMania. We have not seen him in action since. He was out on the show tonight to confront his son, his spawn, Dominic Mysterio, and it looks as if we're going to get a Dom and Rey match soon. I don't know if it would be for the Intercontinental title or, I think more likely, the AAA Mega title. I think that would be a big match for them to be able to do in AAA. So they had a confrontation that honestly was probably my favorite thing on the entire show. That segment was a lot of fun. That was the best thing, in my opinion, on the entire show. But then there's John Cena, who was not on the show. But they did make an announcement on Saturday that there is going to be a tournament held. And that tournament is going to be kicking off a week from tonight in Boston to determine who will be John Cena's final opponent on Saturday night's main event on December 13th. And what they did was they busted out the tumblers. Remember the tumblers from the Royal Rumble many years ago? Yes, they are using tumblers to decide what these matches are going to be. They have their pool of 16 people. We don't know who they are because they did not give us a bracket. That's the part about this I don't like. I would like to see a full bracket of where the matches are, who's in what section of the bracket. Instead, they're doing this in piecemeal. And so we have two matches that have been announced now. The tournament will officially kick off next Monday. And the two matches that we are going to get are Rusev, who of course has history with John Cena. They wrestled at WrestleMania 31, taking on Damian Priest, who has no history with John Cena. And the other match is going to be Sheamus, who won his very first WWE Championship from John Cena. He is going to be taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, who I think, if I remember, almost killed John Cena in a match on SmackDown many years ago. But John Cena was also the man that Nakamura eliminated, I believe, to win the Royal Rumble back in 2018. So there is a little bit of history there between them. Those are going to be the first two matches. Those will take place on the show next week. And then on Friday, Nick Aldis is going to announce, I guess from the Tumblr, Nick Aldis is going to announce what the next two opening round matches are going to be, which I presume would be taking place on SmackDown the following week. Hopefully we will get an actual bracket that we can look at in the not-too-distant future. You're going to do a tournament, right? You got to show us a bracket. We need to know where everybody is going to be, but these initial matches, it looks like this is the way they're going to roll this stuff out. I got some more thoughts on the John Cena stuff. I posted about it earlier today, just to kind of add to what I talked about on the Sound Off this weekend, and what I would like to see in John Cena's final match. So we'll get into that. To me, this was a very blasé episode of Raw. I didn't think it was anything great. It's better than SmackDown's been, but that's a very low bar. This is your Raw on Netflix review. It is Monday night, November 3rd, 2025. I am the Solid Monster. Thank you for kicking off our first Raw here in what is going to be a very busy month of November here on the channel. We are also, all month long here in November, celebrating, as you might see, 18 years of the Solid Monster sounds. Can you believe it? 18 years. All November long. So I want to say thank you for all of your support. And those of you that have stuck with me, many of you from the very beginning, which is awesome. So I just wanted to say thank you. But like and subscribe. Super chats are open. You'll see them popping up on your screen. I'll be reading any messages that come in a little later on here in the stream. And I also just want to throw this out, because this is coming out in a couple of weeks. So I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of it. Bret Hart had a book that came out many years ago. Great book. That book is available in audio form, narrated by the Hitman himself. And it's coming out on November 18th. You can get that book for free using the Audible link on your screen right now. All you have to do is go to that link, sign up for the 30-day trial of the Audible service, and you can get at least one free book, maybe two, if you're an Amazon Prime member. But this book is well worth it. You've never read it, you can now have it there. He would like to think that going forward they could still be friends, but he understands if not. He's not going to cry about it. He said 2 years ago, when he came back, remember the catchphrase that he threw out there? I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. Right? He pointed that out again. And he's also here to become champion, and he says now that's exactly what he is. He says he is the best Mysterio. He pointed out that he beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania. So CM Punk, if anyone in this industry has earned a title shot, it's me. You know, it's interesting. Logan has actually had multiple World Championship matches. He's lost every single one of them. He wrestled Roman Reigns, and he lost. He wrestled Cody Rhodes, and he lost. And if he wrestles CM Punk, he is going to lose. Paul Heyman interrupted. Came out with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. He told Logan they were in the aisleway. And he told Logan, the front of the line, my ass. The front of the line belongs to the man who pinned Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed. The front of the line belongs to the future of WrestleMania, Braun Breaker. He told Logan that he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Get the steppin'. And Logan didn't leave. He said, I was here first. So Braun Breaker spoke. He said Heyman bought everybody 2 weeks to live after they dropped Seth Rollins in the dirt. But the dog isn't waiting anymore. He's coming for what belongs to him. And he suggested both of them get out of his ring or he will whip both of them like a dog. So Punk told Logan, you either fight with me or you get the hell out of my ring. So Logan left the ring. And he went to go leave, and the Bronze stood in his way. But he made his choice, right? He left the ring. He didn't want any part of this, so he made his choice. And Breaker gave him a shove. So he shoves Logan down. Actually, Logan hit the back of his head on the LED board. And at that point, the Bronze hit the ring, and they attack CM Punk. Logan got up. He looked like he was going to leave, but then he looked back, and he sees this 2-on-1 assault going on in the ring, and he's having second thoughts, and he's acting like, I don't know, maybe I should go in there and go after these guys. I don't know. So ultimately, what does he do? He gets into the ring, and he attacks the Bronze. They end up overwhelming him also. Bronson Reed goes up top. He delivers a tsunami splash to Logan Paul. Punk got back in the ring with a chair. He cleared the ring of the Bronze. By the way, we were almost half an hour now into the show by this point. Nearly 30 minutes had passed. So I'm watching this going, man, their idea cannot be to turn Logan Paul face. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Surely this is going to be a swerve. They did not bring Logan Paul back to Raw to squash him in the opening segment and not have him come back out at the end for some kind of swerve, right? That's the first thought going through my head watching this. Just because to turn him babyface right now is such a terrible idea that I couldn't believe that was the path that they had chosen to go down. As we would see later on, it was not the path that they chose to go down. I did like that Punk, though, talked about being a fighting champion. He name-dropped a bunch of people, including AJ Styles. I would like to see Punk defend that title. He doesn't have to defend the title every week, but let him have some title defenses on TV. And let him defend against some of these people who might not ordinarily get a title match on a PLE. We don't even know how long Punk is going to have the championship for. I don't know that he's going to hold it until WrestleMania. He may drop it at the Royal Rumble. He could very well drop it before WrestleMania and then end up winning the Elimination Chamber. Because I think if he was not the champion, he's a lot more likely to win the Chamber to get a title match than he would the Rumble, because the Chamber is in Chicago. So whether it's a title defense or he's not the champion and he's in the Chamber, right? Chicago, you would think, is going to be a big night for CM Punk next year. Maybe he loses the World Heavyweight title before then, wins the Chamber, and challenges Cody for the other title. We don't know. But I would like to see him defend the title here and there on TV against some of these people. I would like to get a CM Punk AJ Styles match, which is a match that I thought they could have done on Saturday night's main event this past weekend. They opted to go with Jey Uso instead. Hopefully there's still time. We can get that Punk and AJ match. AJ has said next year is it for him. We don't even know what that means. We don't know if that means he's wrestling the entire year like Cena. AJ could be done at WrestleMania for all we know. We had Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella taking on Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne caught Nikki with a springboard moonsault. Nikki fought off Raquel moments later, hit a tornado DDT before making a hot tag to Stephanie. I will point out also they were in New Mexico tonight. And even though I was pretty nonplussed by most of the show, they were hot for most of what was on the show tonight. So, good crowd in New Mexico. I don't know how many people were there, but good crowd in New Mexico. So she made a hot tag to Stephanie, who ran wild on Raquel. Could not hit the SVB because Raquel is just too damn big, so she wasn't able to do it. So she hit a flying crossbody instead. Vaquer gave Perez the devil's kiss. Nikki tagged in. She hit Roxanne with her rack attack 2.0 finish. Covered her. Raquel, though, barely broke up the cover. She was actually late, but not egregiously so. Not egregiously late, but late enough to make probably the people in the ring a little uncomfortable. So Vaquer sent Rodriguez over the top, tried for a devil's kiss on the apron. Raquel blocked it and slammed her face first on the apron. Nikki tried a cradle. Perez, though, shoved her into the ropes, and Raquel delivered a cheap shot with the referee's back turned. And Perez followed with pop rocks to Nikki for the win. So that makes 2 straight wins now for Roxanne Perez over Nikki Bella. No drama, at least not yet. There was a little backstage segment later in the show. No drama, though, between Stephanie and Nikki. No miscommunications, no issues, no nothing. And they spared the champion from taking the loss here to clear the way for Raquel and/or Roxanne to challenge Stephanie for the championship. And now we know that next week on the show, it will be Raquel challenging Stephanie for the women's championship. So they gave the heels a win. It sets up a title match for next week. There was nothing wrong with the match. It wasn't anything terribly special, but there was nothing wrong with it. It served its purpose. Now they showed Adam Pearce in the back, and he was picking balls. He was picking his balls out of the tumbler. They brought back the tumbler. I can't remember the last time I saw the tumbler on TV. To decide on the first two matches that will be taking place next week in the John Cena tournament to decide his final opponent. So then they cut to CM Punk. He was walking backstage and he ran into Jey Uso. Jey knows that he's been all over the place lately. He feels like he should help Punk out. He saw what happened earlier in the opening segment. Punk wants to know, who am I talking to right now? Am I talking to main event Jey Uso? Am I talking to, Little Roman? Who am I talking to? And Jey said, no, you're talking to main event Jey Uso. Got a guy right here. You don't have to keep coming up with... He blocked it. He threw one of his own. Cool. Fans booed, and Becky told them, oh, shut up. You wouldn't know what cool is. And then she hit them with, the only cool thing to come out of New Mexico is a show about how much meth you people do. Hey...
Jameson, a famously smooth whiskey from a famously big family. Meet Jose.
My eye to see them. But that's your War Games. I'll see you up with it. War Games is being constructed, and Logan Paul has aligned himself with Paul Heyman and the Bronze. That was the big cliffhanger on tonight's Monday Night Raw, which I thought was a solid show tonight. A little same old with the beginning.
I don't know what this show, man.
And a little same old with the end. We'll get into in a little bit, but the cliffhanger at the end of the show tonight, which all started in the beginning of the show, where it looked like Logan Paul was about to almost back up CM Punk against the Vision. And I'm glad that they did not do that, and it was only a red herring. It was an in-the-moment thing. He got his ass handed to him. He realized where his bread is buttered. And that is with Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. You don't want to be sitting at any other fucking table having somebody else butter your bread, bro. You got to sit next to Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, man. They know what's up. Seriously. That was the cliffhanger of tonight's show. Logan Paul has aligned himself with the Vision. And now that makes 3. That makes 3. And obviously you saw tonight CM Punk and Jey Uso are 2. I am pretty confident that WWE is leaning towards this after we saw the promotional poster tonight where it was basically plastered in your face, War Games, featuring Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Not the MFTs and not the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Sucks. Sorry, I'm dealing with some allergies, sorry. I think it's pretty safe to say that the direction for War Games is going to include the Vision against a collection of babyfaces. And it's definitely going to happen on Monday night. First of all, Logan Paul, I want to say this about Logan Paul. I'm happy Logan Paul is back. He is an addition to the show whether you like him or not. I don't give a shit what your political beliefs are. I don't care what you think of the man personally. I don't care what you think at all, really. What I look at is how I am entertained and how I'm spending my 2.5 hours on a random Monday night and then another 2 hours to entertain you guys here with the post shows. As long as I'm entertained, that's all that matters to me. Logan Paul is fantastic at what he does. Whether he's on the microphone, whether he's getting heat with the crowd and playing up the crowd and working the crowd, or whether he's in the ring performing his feats of athleticism. Logan Paul is fantastic. He knows how to work a crowd, he knows how to get heat, he knows what to say. In the moments that he's got that microphone in his hand, he just adds a lot of value to the show. Don't really care if you think otherwise, don't really care if you dislike that opinion, I don't care. I'm glad Logan Paul is a part of the show. This was the right cliffhanger to go off the air with. It was a little weird how we got there, but WWE made the right move. If there was anybody to fit into Paul Heyman's new vision, it always should have included Logan Paul. Logan Paul, he brags about how he's the future of the company, how the company should give him the ball, have him run with it, how he's going to be a future WWE champion, how he has exceeded expectations 1,000 times over, and how he's more athletic and gifted than everybody in the pro wrestling realm. That's the type of guy you want in the vision. His gimmick fits the group, his charisma and character fits the group, his athleticism and everything that everybody says about him fits the group. Logan Paul fits in the vision. Again, whether you like it or not, I don't really give a shit. It fits. How we got there was a little bizarre. Logan Paul came out, throwing his name into the hat, jumping to the front of the line when CM Punk was cutting a promo to open the show as he is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He threw his name into the hat, jumped everybody in line, and wants a shot at CM Punk in the World Heavyweight Championship because he feels like he deserves it. Because he's Logan Paul. That led to Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed basically putting a stop to that, with Paul Heyman saying that there's only two men that should be ahead of the line over everybody else, and that is Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And Paul Heyman told Logan Paul that he can kindly get out of the fucking ring. Logan Paul did not get out of the ring. He eventually did. And CM Punk was being beat down by the Vision 2-on-1, and Logan Paul decided that he should go in there and help CM Punk. Now, it was a little bizarre seeing Logan Paul, who is very much a heel, go in there and save one of the biggest baby faces in the company, only to then get Tsunami. And that was basically the decision of Logan Paul after that segment was over. I don't want to save CM Punk if this is in my future. All he needed to take was one Tsunami. And he said, you know what? Fuck this shit, man. I'm out. I'm going to join Paul Heyman. I want to sit at their table. Fuck CM Punk. So it was a little weird to see Logan Paul, for a momentary, brief minute, help CM Punk and basically be a babyface. Not really be a babyface, but he was acting like a babyface, doing babyface things, helping one of the biggest babyfaces in the company. So the show went on, and I looked at the clock, and the main event hadn't already started, and it was 10:30. So I said to myself, this is very weird for Monday Night Raw. Usually the show is over by this point. They don't even go to 2:30. They usually end a couple of minutes before 2:30. We got this show ending at 2:40. They went overtime, according to Raw standards, in 2025. And I said to myself, something's got to be happening here. Something has to be happening here. Some people were telling me, there's going to be a new addition to the Vision, which I guess half of you were somewhat correct. He's not really a part of the group officially. He may be on the War Games team, but I don't know if he's a part of the group yet. That we'll have to find out next week. Obviously, that's what the cliffhanger was. There's going to be a new member of the Vision. There's going to be a Jey Uso heel turn. Now, I didn't really understand this group of folk. JD, Jey Uso's gonna turn heel. First of all, no, number one. Number two, who gives a shit? Honestly, who gives a shit if Jey Uso is a heel or a babyface? Let me tell you Jey Uso fans something, man, because I'm incredibly fucking frustrated And I'm incredibly pissed off that you people are so fucking jaded that you can't see what's in front of you. The guy fucking sucks, number one. As a singles performer, he's fucking terrible. I'm over it. I don't want to hear about him in the World Heavyweight Championship ever again. The guy is a lifelong tag team guy. Put him in a tag team and get him the fuck off of my television in a main event title program. That's number one. Number two. Heel, babyface, heel. It doesn't fucking matter. The bell will have to eventually ring. And then what? Heel, babyface, heel.
If you're an illegal alien, this runway is your future. Because you're headed home. I'm Christine.
And who gives a shit? You gotta show up to work. And when the bell rings, you gotta do the work. So what difference does it make if he's a heel or a babyface? It doesn't. So you can cut that shit right out of your narratives. That is fucking awful. He don't even fit into the vision. Who wants Jey Uso a part of a youth group in the vision? So none of that was going to happen. Well, clearly they did the beginning of the show, which led to what happens at the end of the show, and we got the cliffhanger with Logan Paul. A little weird how we got there. He shows up backing up CM Punk after another 2-on-1 threatening attack with the bronze, threatening CM Punk with steel chairs, only to then wear brass knucks and then punch CM Punk out, which he's had beef with here and there throughout 2025. So it's not like Logan Paul doesn't have any history with CM Punk. He's very much had a few in-ring segments with CM Punk, so clearly there is a disdain there between both of those guys. All in all, WWE is building War Games on Monday Night Raw, which is obviously the right move. That's what it was going towards when Seth Rollins was on TV, and that's exactly where it should go with Rollins off of TV. Anything but the MFTs and the Wyatt sucks. Nobody wants to see that. The Wyatt 6 hasn't even been on fucking television, so I don't know how you're gonna manufacture a War Games when the group is not even on fucking television. War Games is shaping up like this. And I don't really need to see what is coming next with the cliffhanger that we got tonight. Clearly, you see where it's going. It's going to be Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and now Logan Paul. That's 3 of the 5. There will be 5. That's 3 of the... It could be 4. They could go 4, but I don't think they go 4. I think they go 5, because that's what they usually do with these War Games matches. Get everybody in there, as many people as you can, stick within the limits and the rules of the match, and they've done 5, so this year's not going to be any different. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul. I don't know who else we're going to get. It could be legitimately anybody. I know the rumor was Austin Theory was going to join the group. That would be very random, being that we haven't heard or seen of him in months. He may show up in the next 3 weeks. We legitimately have 3.5 weeks till Survivor Series. So I don't know when that's going to happen. That's going to happen any day now. Any week now. There was also a rumor of Tony D'Angelo. There may be somebody else that we're not thinking of. I don't know. But if I was to take a stab at it, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Brock Lesnar. We don't need to add 2 newbies. We can worry about adding 1 newbie in Austin Theory and then maybe adding somebody else after Survivor Series is over. But the insurance policy is going to be Brock Lesnar because he's got a loose partnership with Paul Heyman. So that's your 5. And then obviously you saw tonight we got CM Punk and Jey Uso. Gee, I wonder who's going to back up the babyface team. It's going to be Brother Jimmy to side with Jey and CM Punk. It's going to be Roman Reigns, who's going to make yet another return to WWE television. And conveniently, by his absence tonight, where we did not see or hear of LA Knight will show up, whether it's next week or the week after that, and align himself with CM Punk and Jey Uso, who he's had problems with throughout much of this year, and Roman Reigns, who he's had beef with for years. And they're all going to stand firmly together to battle the Vision. CM Punk's got history with Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns obviously has history with Brock Lesnar. Roman and Braun Breaker will be in the ring together. And then you got Jimmy and Jay and their issues playing out over TV the last several weeks. How that's going to materialize there, I don't know. But that's your War Games. CM Punk, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, Roman Reigns, and LA Knight versus Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Brock Lesnar. Theory's the question mark because we don't really know who is going to fit into that fourth position. But the rumor suggests that Austin Theory was still at least being mentioned in creative meetings as far as including him in the Vision plans in the absence of Seth Rollins. Anything but the MFTs and the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a problem with this.
Yeah,
I do have a problem with this. Clearly, we've been seeing this materialize over the last several months on television. So you knew that this was eventually going to happen inside War Games. Like, you kind of figured that going into the summer. Like, this was going to be the plan. It was going to be a Seth Rollins-led group against a group of baby faces that culminates inside War Games. Triple H loves his faction versus faction warfare. I wish we'd get rid of it for a year and just kind of keep it fresh, but I'm not booking the show. This may be a JD problem and not a you problem, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's my show and my opinion. I don't like the fact, granted we've gotten this over months and we knew it was happening, I don't like the fact that we are slow dripping into November with the teams for these War Games, or this War Games match, these teams for War Games. I don't like that we're slow dripping these teams for War Games in the month of November. Like, bro, you should already be sitting at the fucking table with your plans laid out. Why are we still slow dripping plans and teams and assembling teams on November 3rd for Survivor Series? Now, granted, I know that they got weeks of television to fill, and they want to save a pop here, and a return there, and a Roman Reigns return over here, and an LA Knight return over there. Bro, we should have everybody on our TVs, and you should be creating captivating matches and television, creating a war-like element to these Monday night shows with everybody involved already, and on television, ready to go to war. Why do we have to wait until legitimately a week before the fucking show and a week before the PLE to get all these teams squared away, and then we get War Games? Can you imagine if all of the Vision and Brock Lesnar were on television building to this major PLE, and all the baby faces were on TV building to this major PLE, the matches that we could get, the war that we would get, the environment that we would get? Meanwhile, on Monday night, we get a very typical trope intro for Monday Night Raw. Punk is out cutting a great promo, then comes Logan Paul, then comes the Vision, and then a tag team match is made and born from the intro of the show. And then we get the cliffhanger at the end of the show in a very fucking same old shit tag team match at the end of the fucking show with the Vision and a collection of baby faces. Can we get something new? Can we get something fresh? Why do we gotta wait until the fucking show where WWE typically does, yeah, we'll put one guy here and one guy there and we'll have the advantage match for War Games? Can we get something a little bit more, I don't know, unpredictable? Can we get something a little bit more, I don't fucking know, chaotic? Instead of the same old shit? Stop being safe! Why is everybody so safe? You're paying these fucking guys to build towards one of your biggest shows that you haven't announced one fucking match for, and you sold 30,000 fucking tickets to this fucking show in San Diego. Everybody should be on deck. Everybody should be on board with a drink in their hand and ready to go. Enough of this giving this guy time off and giving this guy 8 weeks off and giving this guy a fucking sabbatical. Get everybody on the fucking show when it's needed, when it matters. I'm tired of this guy missing and that guy missing and this guy missing. Safety first, kids. Let's all hold hands while we're crossing the street because we gotta look both ways for traffic. What are we, fucking 3? Get everybody on the fucking show. What's Roman doing? What is he doing? You're paying him $5 million a year. What the fuck is he doing? Get him on TV. What's Brock Lesnar doing? Living in fucking Saskatchewan in the fucking mountains. What the fuck is he doing? Hunting elk. There'll be plenty of time for that. Get him his one appearance and get him on fucking television. Get this guy out of the fucking chat. Day 305 live. This dude is never satisfied. I'm never satisfied because your motherfucking sucks at fucking what she does. You fucking geek. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah, I'm never fucking satisfied. Your motherfucking, her blowjobs are terrible and her cooking is fucking awful. Get this fucking guy out of here. Tired of the fucking safety. Safety first. Safety first, kids. We gotta proceed with caution. These are valid criticisms. These are valid criticisms. You knew this guy was next. This is why I don't look at the chat. I look at the chat when it's convenient for me and I see his fucking message and now he's gone. Now he's gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's a valid criticism. Stop being safe. That's what we need. Slow dripping this content because they got weeks of television. I love how you love me. I understand why they do what they do, but man, mixed with that and then everybody's all fucking... When was the last time we saw Randy Orton? Randy Orton's been on fucking television for how many fucking months now? Where the fuck is he? SmackDown's terrible because of it. Monday Night Raw's lacking star power. There's only so much CM Punk can do with fucking Yeet Man. So that is your War Games. That is what's going to happen with War Games. 5-on-5. The only question mark... No, the landscape didn't change tonight. No, Triple H, you guys know better, man. My community ain't fucking stupid. Triple H said, after Saturday night's main event and a new champion was crowned, the landscape of WWE will be forever changed. What changed tonight? Logan Paul joined Paul Heyman. Yeah, some landscape changing, huh? Or you want to get into landscaping, then there's another fucking, I'll send your resume to LinkedIn, okay? We don't need you using buzzwords and keywords and creating hype out of nothing, bro. Landscape changing doesn't mean Logan Paul's back on television and aligning himself with the vision. Yes, that's what he said today. Sure thing. You guys know better than to take Triple H and what he says seriously on social media. It's all... I'm sure there's some pencil neck fucking geek, four-eyed geek running his social media account who puts these tweets up throughout the day and schedules them when ready and available. So that's War Games. Other than that, we got Rey Mysterio returning tonight. He confronted Dominic Mysterio. I don't know what's going on there, but we could be looking at a one-on-one match. Where and when, that's the question. Could it be Survivor Series? Will it be AAA? We don't really know yet. So Rey Mysterio's back, and I hope that he has a nice part in the show, because it's been building to something with Dominic, especially with what Dominic is doing on AAA television, being that he's the AAA Mega Champion. And then we got the first two matches announced for the Last Time Is Now tournament. John Cena's 16-man tournament, and the winner gets him in the final match of John Cena's career on December 13th at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. And I gotta be honest with you, some of the names I expected to be in there, but the matches that they've given us, I am a little low-key disappointed in the matches that we've gotten so far in the tournament. So we'll go over that, and we'll go over the rest of this show, which I thought was a solid show, right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw for November 3rd, 2025. Yes, I had to block. Listen, if you guys talk to me on social media, and there is any, and I mean any Gunther slander, you are fucking completely gone. Your message and comment is hidden, and you are blocked. I had to block at least 12 different fucking people. Oh my god, Gunther is boring, JD. Thank God you're not booking the show, man. I had to eliminate that from my vision. Anybody in the chat, you got a problem with Gunther, you can get the fuck out of here, and one of my mods will handedly take care of you. Get him the fuck out. I don't stand for any Gunther slander. Gunther is boring. You don't know what the fucking definition of boring is if you think Gunther is boring. Get him out. I stand for no Gunther slander. You can kindly fuck off. And I mean that. It's not even a wrestling opinion. You're just fucking stupid. Over the fact that Punk was gone from the company. CM Punk held the World Championship up over his head and took a nice leisurely jog around the ring. Petty is not what I would call this instance here by Punk. That is just plain up revenge and a big fuck you to AEW. And it brought a smile to my face, and it brought a glimmer to my eye to see that. Fuck them and fuck everybody that drove that man out of the company. Clearly, after everything we know now, he was right and they fucked up. You sided with the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, and look at where your ratings are. They're in the fucking toilet. In the fucking toilet. They're sub 500,000. You'll be lucky to even sit at the fucking table and engage in a discussion over a new TV deal if that continues in the direction it's going. He asked Rio Rancho how they were feeling tonight. He says it didn't happen alone because there is a litany of people who helped. Fans chanted, "You deserve it, you deserve it." He says he covered the difference between deserved and earned Mexico. And he called Punk a high Logan Paul down right into the ring apron. And I gotta address this in the chat because we just got a bomb here on Maxime Dupree, who then had a stare down with the Kabuki Warriors. Now, I don't know if Reed is at the front of the line because he pinned the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He said Breakker is at the front of the line because he's the future of WrestleMania. He said not only is Logan Paul not at the front of the line, or even the back of the line, but he's in the line to get in the line. He said Punk has been champion for just 48 hours. He said, I'm not the one who lost our title.
Well, he
mentioned that he's got 432 more days to go.
And I really hate how we take it.
I'm not the
We can
one
get
that
the War
lost
Games
our
match
title.
already. Why have to wait until we gotta wait 1
Fans
week
are
and a
chanting
week before
CM
that,
Punk,
a week
Logan
before
Paul, and
that,
CM Punk
and a
are
week
looking at
before
Heyman.
that.
Heyman told Logan that he's in the wrong place at the wrong time, so get stepping. Now! Now! Logan said, newsflash, you snooze, you lose. I was here first. If you want that spot, you should have put a little bit more pep in the step. And got some hustle, Mr. Hustle. Heyman Hustle. Breaker took a step forward, smiled, shook his head. Gonna do the devil's kiss, man. Sections of these posts. Oh, well, that's El Grande Americano. Yes, it's Ludwig Kaiser playing El Grande Americano. But they're two different people, JD. Sure thing. So El Grande Americano's out there with. Now, chat, am I mispronouncing it wrong? I said this. I want to mispronounce things wrong. Is it Rayo or Rayo? It looks like Rayo to me.
Streamline your essential workflows, like lunch.
Get started at easycater.com. The iconic.
You gotta do.
You're just Alex, another podcaster is on.
Super chat. Champ. The chosen one. What?
What's the tag team division? I don't even know.
Well, I mean, you gotta build it, right? You gotta build it.
Guess who finally got a new house? I'm gonna show you on my.
God damn it. Try to show you the highlights.
1 second, if you would indulge me.
Alright. Now there is some NBA games I want today, but that was about it. I'll probably shoot this in the video. There's not much to talk about really. I think I talked about everything here.
Is looming near. Acknowledge the first ever female international champion. Acknowledge her. Roll. But this was a good match. Very good match. Penta won for a Canadian Destroyer.
Entirely. So now I think, okay, well, what about Drew? What if the plan is to not do a WWE Championship match at all at Survivor Series? What if they have Drew McIntyre end up in War Games? Right? They would have to come up with some sort of way to explain that. But if they wanted Cody on the babyface team and Drew on the heel team, instead of them wrestling each other again at Survivor Series, there's at least a chance that they could end up in War Games, and then Cody's on the babyface side, which means LA Knight would probably be the odd man out, and then you would have Drew joining the heels, and that would only be if they're really short, on heels. Then I could see someone like Drew being added. So I don't know. I mean, you can get away without doing a WWE Championship match on that show. You got 2 War Games matches, and then John Cena is probably going to be wrestling on that show, right? I would presume that John Cena will be on there, and that would be John Cena's last ever match at Survivor Series. So that would be 3 matches right there, and then you would really just have to add 1 more. You could add like a women's match, maybe a women's title match of some kind. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do as far as the.
Well, I don't think they're gonna add a women's match. Maybe Jade versus who? Tiffany again? Or Nia Jax? We know that Stephanie Vacquer can defend her title against Raquel Rodriguez. She's not gonna defend the Survivor Series if she's gonna defend it next week. And Charlotte and Alexa are gonna defend their title next week. I don't think Julia gonna be on the show on Survivor Series. Maybe Becky might be on the show. We'll have to wait and see. It's probably gonna be the men's war game, the women's war game, John Cena's match, maybe Ray and Dominic, and another match we don't know what it is.
Makeup of the
It might be the YSC and the MRT in the traditional Survivor Series match. That I think could happen.
He's of the War Games team, especially on the heel side. But as far as this show goes, I enjoyed the Dom and Ray segment. The women's tag match I thought was good. But again, the show was just very like, whatever. It was kind of my attitude coming out of this show. There's just nothing really exciting going on right now on these shows. It's pretty bad. Next week, John Cena is on the show. They're going to kick off this tournament next week as well. Hopefully things will start to pick up. Hopefully things will pick up with this tournament and as we get that much closer to Survivor Series. What did you think of Raw from New Mexico? Here's the Twitter poll.
Well, I will end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below. I will make more videos. I think I'll make Fortnite videos this week. And I will make more videos of NBA 2K26 My Career. We will talk about the NBA basketball season. And I will talk about some of the highlights there. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.